I feel a little awkward bringing this up, but I feel like I have to say thank you. On the occasion of my birthday today, folks who are fans of this show organized to get people on Twitter to post my name, the little hashtag symbol, and then Maddo, to post it often enough online that my name would get listed as a trending topic on Twitter. So people did that all day long today, and it worked. At one point, I was right there under "What a Fool." We're coming to you live from a very quiet television studio tucked away in an office park somewhere. Oh no, actually we're at historic Doyle's Cafe in Jamaica Plain. Rachel Maddow Show, live in New Orleans. Terrence Blanchard, David Colfus. This is as close as I'll ever get to interviewing Liz and Dick Cheney. Hi, Rachel Maddow. Hey, Rachel. Can you talk about the impact on the mission, on the folks that you were working with there of your getting fired?
It had a tremendous impact after I was fired.
I have a Snuggie. What about it? Don't be a hater.
Yeah, I'm not in favor of any discrimination of any form. I would never belong to any club that excluded anybody for race.
Well, thank you very much, Kent. Really appreciate that report.
No problem.
Yeah.
Here to help.
Solidarity, man. The 800-mile Trans-Alaska oil pipeline, at least for right now, is shut down. That spill in Alaska is happening, of course, in the shadow of a much larger spill in the Gulf of Mexico.
If there is a Hall of Fame for poop, this man is in it.
We're in Caminada Bay, this Barataria Pass out there, which leads out to the Gulf of Mexico. And this gives you a sense of sort of how subtle some of this impact seems, even when you're right out in it. I am in Grand Isle, Louisiana tonight. This is exactly what the tar balls look like. This smells a lot better. Michael Steele, you are welcome. Quite literally, anytime we'd love to have you. We are live at Camp Phoenix in Kabul, Afghanistan.
Okay, like these? Like this? Okay, perfect.
You are combative with your questioners often. You've not been very combative with me, which I'm taking with a big grain of suspicion. I'm here to announce 3 major developments in the response to the BP oil disaster. Bacon police. Flour delivery, ma'am. Land shark, ma'am. Bacon police, put your frying pan in the air where I can see it. Are you angry? I mean, after giving the Army more than 10 years of your life, after West Point, after 3 combat tours.
I don't think that's the right emotion. I mean, the bottom line is I love the Army.
When you entered West Point, did you think that Don't Ask, Don't Tell would be repealed by now, or that even if it was still in place that you'd be able to endure it?
Being recloseted has been a much bigger challenge than I ever anticipated. It's taken a much bigger toll socially, mentally, emotionally than I could have imagined.
That is the Palestine over there. And we were standing on a balcony in that hotel catching those shots when the U.S. Marines came in and then helped Iraqis to tear down that statue.
شو راح يصير بالنسبة لك أنت شخصيا كزهير؟ It's difficult.
يعني بالنسبة لي يعني صار لي 8 سنوات مع ريتشارد انجل.
He said he's been working with me, Richard, for about 8 years.
أنا وريتشارد اشتغلنا شغل جدا قوي في العراق.
We did a lot of really hard stories in Iraq.
ودخلنا يعني في أماكن صعب إنه يوصل أي واحد يعني.
We went to some really difficult to enter places.
It's one of those things I feel like I feel myself making a mistake and I can't stop myself. That's what it feels like.
You got to get contact with it.
To be leaving there with there being no electricity in Baghdad and the suffering that causes the Iraqi people, the effect that has on the prospects of stability and peace and civil society taking hold in Iraq after all these years. Electricity seems to me not just one of a list of things. It seems like the thing that we could most do for the Iraqi people if we could do anything. Why hasn't that been the U.S. priority, to leave them with at least that to remember us by?
By the way, we will. By the time we leave, we will.
The federal judge appointed by President George W. Bush in 2002 has issued a federal court ruling late today, essentially dismantling the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy.
Tobacco built it.
I'm sorry. It's actually really hard to concentrate on what I'm saying with all that racket in here. What is going on over there?
I tell you what, don't forget to vote for tobacco. How you, Congresswoman, great to see you.
It's 1995 John Boehner, the then number 4 leader among House Republicans. 1995 John Boehner handing out checks from the tobacco industry on the floor of the House while the House was in session.
A gift from Big Tobacco. Good to see you.
First, they came for the bacon. Then they came for the French fries. We're vegetable police, ma'am. Put your cruciferous items where we can see them. Everybody freak out. Carl Palladino is the Republican nominee for governor of New York, who I think maybe isn't running a campaign, who I think is maybe doing an art project. We are broadcasting live from the Deer Park Tavern in Newark, Delaware. Would you, Scott Brown, like to push your whatever agenda on my nightly platform? Because you are very much invited to do so. We have asked Sarah Palin to come on the show, I don't even know how many times. We have asked President George W. Bush if he would please join us for an interview on this program. We are live at the Taproot in Anchorage, Alaska. So we're here at Sharon Engel's Las Vegas headquarters, which is just west of the Strip. Yes, I know it's Halloween, and yes, I know it's Sunday. But you're watching, and that is all I need. We asked Senator McConnell to please appear on the show to discuss it. His office has declined our request. Sticking out his knee and tripping the nice man who plays for the Dolphins, who is portrayed here by Jamil Smith. See that? See? With the telestrator?
We do it because of love of country and for the people, the men and women that we serve with, the mission. Don't Ask, Don't Tell was absolutely horrible and destroyed my career and darn near destroyed my life.
And now a quick check of our viewer mailbag. Viewer Wyatt writes, "Dear Rachel, you don't ever seem to use the highlighter that's always visible on your desk during the show. Is it just a prop?" No, the highlighter is not a prop. I keep the highlighter here because if you put 2 highlighters together, it makes a lightsaber. It's not a prop. It's my lightsaber. Thanks for writing, Wyatt.